Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. February is CTE Month, a time to celebrate the value, achievements, and accomplishments of career and technical education programs across the country, including right here in Jordan School District. On this episode of the Supercast, we celebrate CTE Month by visiting one of the 25 career and technical education classes offered at two locations in the district, at JATC North and JATC South. Listen to the sparks fly when I gear up and get an up-close and personal lesson on what it takes to learn the art of welding from students in our welding program.
Okay, go ahead and get clocked out. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're here in the welding class at JATC South with teacher Blair Jensen. Tell me a little bit about what just happened. You just had everybody clock out at the end of class. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, I did. So I run my welding shop as close to like an actual welding shop as I can. The main focus in this place is on career essentials, on building soft skills. And so like that clocking out, or you might have heard me talking about them signing up for a job next week. When we have days that we're working in the shop, they also have jobs that they have to do in addition to their welding duties. And it's teaching them some of the career focus that they would have in a welding shop. Things like maintaining cleanliness, observing safety standards, and just making sure that they're building those career skills that their future employers are going to be looking for in addition to the welding skills they're learning in the class.
It sounds like there's a lot beyond just welding that they get to experience, and they come out ready to work not just with the skills, but ready to be a great worker.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, career skills I think is my main focus. As I talk to people in industry, a lot of them will tell me, we can teach them to weld. If you can get them to where they can run a bead and they can analyze their defects, we can teach them and certify them for what we need. But the things that they struggle to get kids to learn, that they need to be learning while they're in high school, are those soft skills. They need to be learning to show up on time, to treat their coworkers with respect, to communicate with their coworkers and their managers, learning all the stuff that goes into the welding, the blueprint reading, the math.
That's all very valuable. And I see a group of students over here. This looks like a crew that you want to have on your side. I noticed that all of your footwear is much more durable than mine. I look like I'm about to walk the mall before it opens in the morning, and you guys look like you're ready for action. Tell me your name.
My name's Skylar Stephenson.
And Skylar, why are you taking welding?
I took welding because I thought it was cool. Like, I've always watched YouTube videos on it and thought I want to do that someday, so I decided to take this when I found out about it.
Now that you're taking the class, what do you think of it?
I think it's super fun and it's a good experience. It teaches you more than just welding, like how to show up on time and how to treat your coworkers right, like Blair was saying.
So has this class changed you?
I think it has in a good way.
Tell me your name.
My name's Parker Vance.
What made you want to be a welder?
My uncle, when I was young, my uncle always welded around me, and I found it quite cool, so I decided to do it.
Tell me your name.
My name's Forrest Curtis.
So what are some of the things you've made?
So right now I'm working on actually a sculpture. So I'm shaping metal and cutting it with a oxy cutting torch.
What does an oxy cutting torch do besides cut, obviously?
So you can cut with an oxy torch, or you can weld with it or braze. It's anything that's involved with high heat or melting. You're
going to find out how little I know about welding. What does brazing mean?
So brazing is joining two pieces of metal that don't coincide, so like steel and brass or aluminum and steel.
Did the skills that you learned here transfer to you being comfortable using tools that aren't necessarily related to welding?
Yeah, so any large tools, power tools, just anything that's you seem uneasy when you first see it, I'm more comfortable working with that now. So
I do have to admit, coming in here, it's pretty daunting. I don't know how to use any of this stuff. It's all very unfamiliar. Maybe you felt that way coming in, but it sounds like you made a lot of progress.
Yeah, a lot more comfortable.
Tell me your name.
My name's Taylor Wood.
Taylor, what made you want to take welding?
I've always been interested in welding, and I just want a good solid trade that I can have a lot of job opportunities with when I get out of high school.
I think the trades are in demand more than ever, and it's great that you're pursuing that. Tell me your name.
My name is Tyler Hayward.
Do you know what you need to do after this program to be prepared to be a welder?
Well, there's a couple options. Like, my plan is currently my brother is working at a welding shop, and so he's trying to set me up with an interview there. So I'm going to go try and work there and just, like, work my way up, start at the bottom and go up. Or I could continue and go to another welding program and continue my skills and learning and become a better welder from here.
Sounds like a great plan. Tell me your name.
Zach Smith.
And Zach, why did you want to be in this class?
I had a friend that was in this class last year, and he had real high praises of the class, and Blair. And my grandpa's a welder too, and he introduced me to it. So I was just really interested and thought it'd be a great opportunity to make chances for a career in the future.
And with your grandpa being a welder, have you tried out at all before this class? Had you done any welding?
No, but not before this class. No, I wasn't able to touch his stuff.
Has he let you touch his stuff since you've gotten some training?
Yeah, now I got some training. He lets me use his equipment. So
he must be pretty proud that you're pursuing that.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to just have something else to talk about with him and bond with him like that. So,
tell me your name.
I'm Troy Daly.
And Troy, why are you taking welding?
No, I'm taking welding because there's been multiple times where my family's had to have something welded, like a jack on our trailer or things like that, and we've had to take it to neighbors or whatever, and I've always been fascinated with it, and no one in my family's welded, so I wanted to learn a new skill that could potentially lead to job opportunities.
So when there's a need in your family, hey, we need to do this, I like the way you described that. We've always had to have someone else do it. It sounds like you like to be able to do things for yourself.
I do enjoy doing things. Like, I've always like working on cars and stuff like that. I've enjoyed doing stuff like that, and so welding is another thing to add to that.
So when there's something that you need done, your first thought isn't, who can I get to do this, but how can I figure out how to do this myself?
Exactly. That's something that I've always watched YouTube videos or tried to figure it out myself first.
What have you welded that you've really enjoyed welding?
You know, my brother had a light holder for his boat trailer that fell off, and I was able to bring it in and weld that up for him and get that fixed. So.
You're going to be a very popular family member for a very long time, I think.
I hope so.
Guys, tell me about the soft skills that your teacher talked about. Being to work on time, being able to work with other people well, being reliable, working hard. Tell me about learning those skills in this class.
Blair puts a big emphasis on stuff like that, so he makes sure that we learn that we need to be on time and wear the proper safety equipment and be nice to our fellow employees and stuff like that. And if not, we do have the chance of getting fired, and that's like a good motivation for us, and that really teaches us that in real life and in real workplaces, real mistakes have real consequences.
That's a great lesson to learn so early in life, and it's going to benefit you a lot. What is it like to get fired in class?
So I wasn't wearing my safety glasses, and that is one of the big important thing that Blair stresses is wearing our safety glasses.
I see.
And I wasn't wearing them, so I got fired, so I had to do my job that he's talked about. I had to do that for a week without getting paid for it, because we get paid for essentially not fake money, paid for our job, so then we have to pay shop rent at the end of the week. Or at the end of the month, like quarter or whatever.
Right.
And if you get fired or whatever, you may not be able to make enough money to pay that as a grade. So,
wow. I'm blown away. This is exactly what education is supposed to be about, these lifelong lessons that are going to stay with you. Stay with us. When we come back, more on this program preparing students for successful careers and the creativity that goes into welding work.
If you're ready to start your child on the path to personalized learning, we're ready to help. The Jordan Virtual Learning Academy is coming to Jordan School District in the 2021-22 school year. 3 new schools will be opening as part of the academy: Rocky Peak Virtual Elementary School, Kelsey Peak Virtual Middle School, and Kings Peak High School. Each school will have their own principal and teachers, and each will give students a choice in their own learning. The schools will offer synchronous learning, which is teachers providing real-time, live online instruction, and asynchronous learning, where teachers provide videotaped instruction for learning on a student's schedule. To register your student in the Jordan Virtual Learning Academy, visit connect.jordandistrict.org.
Tell me about your Christmas project.
So we had to design and make a prototype that would be further judged to see which one would go into production that we could sell to raise money for the class. And my group, we decided to build a mini Santa out of horseshoes, and it was actually really fun because it was kind of challenging because we had to figure out how certain things would go, and then we kind of tweaked it as we went. We added some glasses made out of filler rod that we had just to make it look more like Santa. And then another challenge we had with that was really fun was when we were painting it, we just we kind of made a mess everywhere, and then we had to scrape the floor and clean it all up. It was really fun.
What I love about that is it's not just about acquiring skills. There's a high level of creativity. Do you feel like that? There's a high level of creativity in the welding that you do?
Yeah, no, definitely. With most of our projects, all of our Christmas decor projects that we've had to do, Blair gave it completely to us and said we had to come up with our own ideas, all of our dimensions, and plan it out specifically, and then go to our team members and work with them and use their creative ideas to build on it. So there's definitely a lot of creative, critical thinking that goes into all of our projects.
We sold more than we needed to, and it was really good, and it was trying, but we were able to fill out all the orders in time too. So.
Yeah, it's one thing to make the sales. It's another to fill them and say, oh wow, we really do have this demand. Let's crank these out. So, well done. What would you say to someone who's considering taking this class?
I'd say just don't worry about not being good at it at first. That's the whole point of coming. It's to learn. Nobody's going to make fun of you for having a bad weld. But all we're going to do is tell you what can make it better.
On top of what he said, I came into this class and I had only welded one time before, and I had no idea what I was doing. But luckily, we have Blair, and he's a great teacher, and he'll go through the process with you over and over again until you figure it out and tell you what you're doing wrong, and really just give you good constructive criticism on each process.
Yeah, so many times throughout this school year, I've done some of these processes and I cannot get them. And Blair, I take him to Blair and I'm embarrassed. I don't want to show him these welds because they're horrible, but he shows me what's wrong with them, what I can do to make them better. And my welding and those skills have improved significantly.
I love that. It's great to hear that, and that's exactly what a great teacher does. And I just admire all of you guys for diving in and learning this. And it sounds like you have a trade and technical skills that'll carry you through life, but a lot of really important life skills that are just going to be invaluable. So let's see a little demonstration. All right, let's gear up and put on our safety equipment. Wow, that's something. Everything gets dark when that spark starts.
Yeah.
So you start that, and that's all you can see. Huh, I've never done that before. That's pretty interesting. So tell me about what you did there.
So first off, I tacked the piece of metal on there. So that was that first part when I just did the little tack. And then I created a bead using the filler metal, which melts the base metal with the filler metal. So.
And is it just a continuous motion?
I did little C's, so that's where you see the waves in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does that strengthen it, putting the little C's in there?
Not necessarily. It does make the length of the weld wider, so it kind of strengthens it, but it just makes it look better.
Oh, yeah.
It's more for appearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Perfect speed. He's got great wetting into both plates, so it's got good fusion. That's going to be a successful weld.
And is it hot to the touch right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's plenty hot.
Yeah. It doesn't look hot. I'm not going to test it. No, I believe you.
If I go grab my thermometer, I'd say right now, right after welding, it's going to be close to 300 degrees.
Holy cow. Safety has got to be a central part of class throughout the year, I would suspect.
Oh, yeah. Number one priority. Like Troy was saying earlier, in the interview when they were talking about getting fired, safety glasses for me is number one.
Yeah.
We've got a zero tolerance policy on that.
Yeah. It was strange having the mask down, and as soon as the weld starts, everything else gets dark. I've never experienced that before.
Yeah, these kids are they're spoiled with these auto darkening hoods. That's definitely not how I learned how to weld. I learned with passive lenses that they're dark all the time, and so you've got to find what your position is, and then drop your hood to weld, and it's going to be dark until you strike that arc. And so
I see.
These auto darkening helmets that they've got are a lot nicer because they can drop their hood and they can safely see where everything's at in position, and so it makes them better welders.
Yeah. Guys, this has been dynamite. This is one of my favorites, honestly. I'm so impressed. Great work, you guys. And thanks for taking the time. That means a lot to me, so I appreciate it. We're here with Craig Cottle, CTE Coordinator, and Sonia Burton, the Principal of JATC South. I love this welding program. This is fantastic. I'm overwhelmed. Tell me a little bit more about it.
Oh my gosh, welding is just an amazing program. Our teacher, Blair Jensen, is teaching our students how to weld, but also a future in welding.
Yeah, he's really preparing them for the workplace and to be an outstanding candidate. I wish I was hiring welders right now because I would have hired every single one of them. Craig, tell me just about the value of a hands-on education like this, learning from someone who's been in the industry.
You know, there's a lot of our youth that have a lot of skills, a lot of understanding and knowledge, but a lot of it deals with their use in their hands. And these kinds of programs, such as welding, give the students an opportunity to excel in a process and in a program that is fit for them and their desires and their interests in their career paths and the way that they're traveling and wanting to get employed. And so it's really great when we have wonderful teachers that have the skills and abilities that demand and expect from students the opportunity, and gives them that opportunity to learn and to strengthen those skills that they need to be employable and to be safe and to be able to enjoy a future in their specific pathway.
You know, following a pathway like this and learning a trade may even be a fallback, even if it isn't the number one. Now, most of these guys want to be welders, but even if you decided you didn't want to be a welder, having a skill like that to fall back on if things don't work out with another job that you have is very, very valuable.
Exactly. I think I could see some of these young men, I think they could even be into the design and fabrication place where they could run out of a garage or they could run out of a smaller facility and, like you said, just be able to run a business on the side from another profession or another focus in their life. And what a wonderful blessing that would be for them to be able to have their vocation but have an avocation that they really, really enjoy and be able to do with.
Thanks for all the work that both of you are doing to make that possible. I love that we have such a wide range of opportunities for students, and you're a big part of that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your support in CTE.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Supercast. I hope this has sparked an interest in some of our amazing CTE programs across the district. Remember, education is the most important thing you will do today. We'll see you out there.